Hey everyone, Tim Wagner here from Sequoia Pass. Not doing a morning snow update at the moment, but do want to give you some gear thoughts as we're heading into the springtime here and starting to look at some of those spring sales. And maybe you're thinking, I want to get out and start touring some this year. So before you think about touring, definitely sign up for a touring class, and also make sure to get familiar with NWAC's forecast for avalanche risk. But if you are interested in looking at gear, this is a great time of year to start looking at that and considering if you want to get that spring setup, and or maybe start that setup, but maybe not fully complete it until next year. So a couple options we got right now to show you here. Right here is the Marker F12 bindings, and we also have the Salomon Shift bindings that are both touring bindings. Differences between both of these: the Marker F12, it is a traditional downhill binding that will be using a traditional alpine boot. When you are using that, it is going to have a plate that is going to shift forward and then allow you to hinge and tour uphill with it. That being said, the plate does like to accumulate snow underneath it, so be aware of that, and it will be a little bit of a challenge sometimes to get that to slide back in and lock into place. The Salomon Shift, though, on the other hand, is another option to consider. That particular binding here is got a different feature. It turns the toe piece from a traditional alpine binding into a touring uphill pin binding setup. The latch switches down, and then you can flex it open, put your traditional pin binding into your boot, go uphill, travel uphill. When you get to the top, switch it back over, and it converts back into a traditional alpine binding for downhill. Make sure you do lock both of the switches though securely. There have been some issues with that, so make sure that you are actually paying attention and you're hearing the clicks in. As far as touring goes, these are definitely going to be the lighter setup because they don't have that plate lifting with it. Downfall is you do need, for touring, an actual touring boot. Downfall with the Salomon Shift binding is you can't tour up with it without an alpine touring boot. The traditional alpine boots will not tour up with it because they don't have the pin slots for them. Benefit is it is a lot lighter weight and will be easier to travel for longer distances uphill. Marker F12s, great if it's an introduction side and you want to immediately get touring this year and don't want to spend money on new boots. Will be compatible with alpine boots for uphill travel, along with some adjustments made for being able to tour with a traditional touring boot, but you are going to have that plate and the heavier weight on it. So really your choice of both, but both are available at Sturtevant right now, and definitely would recommend going into the shop, talking pros and cons with the pros there. They'll help give you the best advice on what will meet your needs for this season and beyond. Look forward to seeing you guys here up on the slopes here soon. See you guys up here soon. Bye for now.